What is the right definition of manifestation? Manifestation is not always about changing reality, but rather it's about changing you. So my goal today is for you to begin to change. Changing you. What do I mean by that? Changing the way you speak your word. Changing your action. Changing your thoughts. Changing your character. Changing your habit. Changing you. You know why? When you change, your reality will change. When you change the way you think, the reality you see externally in your life will change. When you change the way you feel, the reality you see externally in your life change. Many people believe that the reason they engage in different manifestation techniques like prayer, meditation, affirmation, worship, vigil, visualization is about changing reality. But that is wrong. Manifestation technique should not be used to create a reality because they cannot create your reality. The true purpose of manifestation technique, that's the purpose of prayer, is to shift your state of mind to the degree where you no longer see reality change, to experience the emotion that you will normally have when the reality changes. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Give me the name of a billionaire in Nigeria. $10. So let's say you are looking for a contract from $10. Let's say it's a $1 million contract. And $10 send you a mail or give you a call and say, guy, that thing you are asking for, we've approved it. You can come and pick up the check when work resumes January 2nd. When will you become excited? When $10 told you, or when you go and cash the check? At what point will you be excited? At what point will you be excited? Do you have a reason to doubt what he's saying? Because the reason you'll be excited when you cash the check is because you don't trust him. That's why I said, tell me someone that's a billionaire. So you know the money in question is small for him. It's not something, it's something the cat he buy for his children is worth that. Am I making sense? Now, because of his credibility, immediately tells you, we have approved it. You are excited immediately. You don't wait to cash it. If the Bible says that he has given you all things that pertains to life and godliness, why do you wait to receive it, to see it physically, before you are excited about what he has said? Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you? When he says he has given you all that pertain to life and godliness, why do you need to see it before you are excited? You know why? You don't believe. You don't believe. One of my goals today is to make you to begin to believe it now before you see it. Let me tell you, if you don't receive it, you will not receive it. If you don't receive it, you will not receive it. If you don't receive it, you will not receive it. If you don't receive what you are believing in for internally, you will not receive it externally. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is it. If you don't receive it internally today, you will not be able to receive it externally tomorrow. So one of your jobs, one thing you must learn to do, and you must be very disciplined in doing, and you must be very disciplined in doing, is to learn to receive it internally. And I'm going to teach you one or two techniques today or tomorrow on this. You must learn to receive it. If you don't receive it, you will not receive it. Someone said you can only have what you already have. If you don't have it, you will not have it. You can only have what you already have. If you don't have it, you will not have it. If you don't receive it, you will not receive it. So if you say he has given you all things that pertain to life and godliness, you know what that tells me? Everything I ever need exists already. Everything. Whatever you need in your life exists already. He has created it. Your job is to connect with it and bring it to physical reality. Just like an architect. He creates in his mind first the house. And then, based on the mental creation, he will draw it. And then we see the physical manifestation. If I don't create it internally, if I don't receive it internally, if I don't get excited, I have it already, even though I can't see it. Now, remember, you have been following this series. By now, you know that your eyes are very deceptive. I'm sure you know that. Your eyes are very deceptive. For those online, I will show you again the electromagnetic spectrum. Your eyes are very deceptive. Your eyes are deceptive because your eyes only show you 0.0035% of what exists. All that he has created, you can't see it. Someone put it in a very interesting way. He said, when was the internet created? And when was it discovered? AI, internet, phone, chair, table, fan. It has always been. But until man uncovered it, that's why you call it discovery. Does that make sense to you? Why do you think they use that word discovery? Have you thought of that? Am I making sense? Why do you think when someone come up with something, this thing was discovered in this year? Why was it discovered? Because it has always been there. It has always been there. It was only uncovered by human beings who are able to go internally to discover those things. Because it was uncovered, then we can see. There's so many things that exist that you cannot see. You pick up your phone, you dial the number of someone in the US, and you call. You know how far US is? 12,000 miles. Do you know what that means? You fly for 12 to 13, 14 hours to get here from Nigeria. Yet, in seconds, you can connect with someone. You know why? Because of the electromagnetic wave. And it has a spectrum. But 0.0035% of that is what my eye can see. That's why my desire for you this new year is that you will never rate your reality again based on what you can see. What you can see is so small compared to what is possible in your life. How do you see? How do you see? As I'm looking at you, you are wearing black trousers. How do I know you are wearing black trousers? You see that light ray? See that light ray? Fell. The ray fell on your trousers and reflected to my eyes. And it entered from the cornea, pass through the vitreous and aqueous humor, pass through the lens, hit the back of the eye, the retina. The retina have photosensitive cells called rod and cone. It will stimulate them and send an electrical signal to my occipital cortex, the back of the brain. When I was in primary school, they taught me that this is black and it's still there. The minute I see this, my brain says, ah, that is black. Because my brain has a memory where it has recorded that it's black. Now, that means if my eyes cannot perceive that light ray, I won't see. What creates blindness? That's exactly what creates blindness. Immediately, the eye can no longer perceive visible light. Blindness happens. So we are blind to so many things in our environment that we can't see. So many things we are blind to because your eyes can only see 0.00035% of reality. That means 99.0065% you cannot see it. That's why the Bible says, the just shall live by faith, not by sight. The just shall live by faith. As long as you live by sight, you'll be limited. But when you live by faith, you will be unlimited. So don't judge by what you can see with your eyes. So what is manifestation? What is manifestation? Internally shifting to a degree when you are no longer emotionally dependent on seeing reality change. Manifestation is internally shifting to a degree that you are no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change, where you are good with it and you are good without it. When you need to see it to believe like Thomas, it's called attachment. It's called attachment. You won't be able to manifest your desired reality. In fact, the Bible says without faith, it's impossible to please him. For those that come to him must believe that he is, and there is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So if I must see, I won't be able to please him. I won't be able to please him. Because without faith, it is impossible to please him. So if I want to receive it, then I must receive it internally. Remember, if you have not seen it, you have not seen it. If you have not seen it, you have not seen it. If you have not received it, you have not received it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Because you can only have what you already have. You can only have what you already have. You can only have what you already have. Sorry. Someone's trying to follow. You can only have what you already have. If you don't have it, then you can't have it. That means manifestation techniques change you in such a way that you don't need to see reality change in order to believe that you already have your desire. So when you are praying about something, you pray today, you pray tomorrow, you pray not tomorrow, let me tell you, it's a sign that you don't believe. You don't believe. You know what you should be doing after you pray? Thanking him because you have received it. So every day, you are just thanking him, appreciating him. You are excited. You have not seen it, but you call those things which be not as though they were by the word and the things you say. But you know what happened? By the things people do and say, it shows they don't believe in the prayer they pray. You know, it's so funny, sincerely. It's so funny. It's so funny that people don't believe in the prayer they pray every day. They don't believe. How do I know? They pray about yesterday, pray about today, pray about yesterday, pray about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking. That means you don't believe that you have it already. He said, believe you receive and you shall have it. Abi, how do you believe you receive it? You must be excited you have it already. because you can only have what you already have. As we go into the new year, what is it that you are believing God for? And how are you positioning your mind in that direction? You know that you have shifted properly in your mind when you are no longer emotionally dependent on seeing your desired reality materialize. On seeing your desired reality materialize. But you can feel good even when it has not manifested physically. You will know that you are properly shifted or changed when you no longer depend on change in your reality to know that your desired manifestation has happened. This is because of the law of balance that ensure that as above, so below, as within, so without. So if you already shifted internally, that it has happened with the emotion and feeling that it has manifested, exuding from you, then the God system, remember the system we talked about when we started? The God system will match that frequency within with a physical reality of that experience without. That is why the scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That is why the scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It is also important to state that manifestation is a reflection of your most emotionally charged mental activity. Most emotionally charged mental activity. Let me give you an example. You want to buy something. Can you give me an example of something you go to buy and you don't know the price until when you're about to pay? Can you give me an example? There's something that I'm trying to do, for example, something you buy. It's when they finish that you know the price, know the total value. Do you understand what I mean? So, for example, building a house. You know that one you do it in stages. You do it in stages. Or let's take the example of when you want to, yes, you want to buy a phone. You go to the supermarket, they did put the price on it. You say, how much is this phone? They say 1.5 million. Ah! You see that ah? You see that ah? It's a sign that you have not shifted internally, that you are wealthy. Am I making sense? I'm trying to show you how you know you have faith, that you have received it, that you have it. You say, ha! It's so much! It's so expensive! That's a sign that you don't believe that you have the money to buy it. Even though you might not have the physical cash, but you believe you have it. Remember, you can only have what you already have. If I believe and say, oh, that's good, I'll get it next month. And then I leave. I'm coming to get it next month. That's a better response than it is so expensive. These dollars, they're not saying this dollar said. You see that response is a reminder to you. So if you want to know if you have faith, if you watch your action, you will know if you have faith. If you watch your action, you will know if you have faith. If you believe it, you watch your action. Immediately, you watch your action and you are paid. Or I use an example for my colleague in the office. You enter a bus. All that you have on you is 1,000. And you are supposed to buy your lunch for it. And you give this conductor 1,000. And the transport is 800. And where do you your change? You can't wait to lose your change. Immediately you become angry is the loudest reminder that you have not changed internally. Am I making sense? Online, am I making sense to you? I want you to be dropping message in the chat. Let me be sure you are joining us. We have about 10 people online. Drop online. If you are getting what I'm saying, please drop a message in the chat. Let me be sure you are with us. Your reaction is the loudest reminder that you have not shifted. So your job is to keep growing inside. And I'll talk about that later today. How do you grow inside? You need to keep growing. If you are not growing internally, you know the Bible says that, I wish above all things that thou may prosper and be in health, even as your soul prosper. What that means is that your soul see that 1,000 that you lost has been a lot of money. Because, this is what I do. If I lost, let's say I lost, maybe I can't find maybe 5K or 1K or any amount to make it happen. The natural response for human is pain of loss. But I remind myself, I could have given this out now. I probably have given someone more than that in the past. And so I just imagine that I gave it out. I don't know if what I'm saying. You need to get to that point in your life that you no longer react, but you respond. You no longer react, but you respond. If you don't respond and you are only reacting, that is what you see. See, reaction is an evidence that you have not internally shifted. So if you are believing God for something, the way you know you have received it internally is the way you react in situations like what I've said. Internally shifting to the point that you are no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change. You are no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change. The mental activity is a reflection of what becomes of your life in terms of manifestation afterwards. You are always praying in your mind. You are always praying in your mind. You are always praying in your mind, only that you are not conscious of it. When I say mental activity, what do I mean? Your thought, your belief, your mental images, and your imagination. It is important to say that manifestation is a reflection of your most emotionally charged mental activity. What are the mental activity that reflected that you believe you have received? Your thoughts, your imagination, your mental images, your belief. Some people have erroneously taught people that it is your thought that creates your reality. No, it's an emotionally charged thought, not just ordinary thought. Emotionally charged thought. Emotionally charged thought. Emotionally charged thought. That means I'm not just thinking, I'm feeling. I'm feeling. The thinking goes with a feeling. Some people, this special kind of thought are the ones that are emotionally charged. That is emotionally charged belief, emotionally charged mental image, emotional imagination, and this will always manifest in your reality. Let me tell you something that happened to me. I want to paint a picture of emotionally charged thoughts. Something happened recently. I bought a headphone. That headphone has speaker. That means with a button, what you are playing, you can hear it. You can be playing outside. So, and I put it in my ear. And I mistakenly press that thing. If you see the noise in my ear, and there was move it. Now, whenever I wait, I'm so conscious. When I want to press it, all the buttons are here, but that speech button is at the back here. So I show my hand, okay, I'll put my hand like this. But where I'm going is this. That's an emotion. My thought. Now, you can see the way that noise traumatized me, such that if I put on the headphone, I will remember that incident. This is the way people live with trauma growing up. I will remember that incident. And you know what happened? That incident is now making me to be so conscious whenever I put this thing on my head. Am I making sense? That is an emotionally charged thought that shifts you such that you are now very conscious. The way I'm conscious of that headphone and the possibility of pressing the speaker and banging my ear, that consciousness is what I now have. That's the consciousness you need that shows that you have manifested what you are believing God for internally. Internally. Emotion is the language of God. Because of this, emotion alters the vibration of your mental activities. And this causes them to materialize in the physical plane. Thus, and this is what we call manifestation. Emotion alters your mental activity. Remember, emotion is energy in motion. Emotion has a vibration, and the vibration operates at a frequency, and the frequency is what determines your reality. So, the simple rule is that if there is no emotion behind it, it will not manifest in your physical reality. And if there is emotion behind it, it will always manifest. If there is no emotion behind it, it will not manifest. If there is emotion behind it, it will always manifest, because the emotion is actually an evidence that you believe, because you now feel good. And you don't just feel it now and the end, you are perpetually in that feeling, in that state. That's why even if you finish praying now, and you finish meditating now, and you finish worshiping now, and you believe you receive it, if you see that conductor that took away your change, because you already know you have more money, you are not angry at the conductor because of the consciousness of what? Of the internal state of wealth. So our job is to build that consciousness of the internal state. Remember, if you don't receive it, you will not receive it. If you don't receive it internally, you will not be able to receive it externally. If you don't receive it internally, you will not be able to receive it externally, because you can only have what you already have. Because you can only have what you already have. This is because the law of balance says that as above, so below. As within, so without. So note that you are a microsome or small part of the universe. You are your, look at this word, universe. You, Y-O-U, then N-I-V-E-R-S-E. Universe. You are your universe. Manifestation is like breathing. You do it unconsciously. You see what you want to manifest. The act of manifesting, you do it unconsciously. Just like breathing. You have been manifesting your entire life on autopilot. You need to see manifestation as something you already do. That's why I said you are always praying. You are always practicing different acts of manifestation subconsciously. Someone said, you said we should get to a point. Okay, you should, wisdom, you should get to a point where you shift internally and begin to see that what you are believing God for has happened. Wisdom, confirm if you got that. You get to that point that you shift internally to a point that you believe that that thing you want on the outside has happened. Does that make sense? Drop it in the chat. All right. Now, what do you want to manifest? Financial breakthrough, life partner, a new job, a business opportunity. What do you want to manifest? What are you believing God for in your life? The fact that you are fixated on this and desperate to make it happen is exactly why you will not get it. The fact that you are fixated on it and desperate to make it happen is exactly why you will not get it. Because you are wanting to manifest your goal. Wanting to manifest is exactly why you will not be able to get it. That is, that desire of yours is repelling you from manifestation. Now, you need to discover the frequency that will ensure that this desire of yours begin to chase you instead of you wanting it and chasing it. The scripture said, goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. Goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. Now, question. If goodness and mercy are not following me, most likely it cannot find me because I am not positioned for him to find me. Why? I am chasing it. I am looking for it. I am pursuing it. Look at this water. Look at this water. I'm holding it. I have it. But I say, I'm looking for my water. Where's my bottle of water? Where's my bottle of water? What do you think? What will you think? You say, something wrong with this guy. Is the water not with you? Why are you looking for it? The reason you want it is because you don't know you have it. If you have it, you won't be looking for it. Am I making sense? If you have it, you won't be looking for it. Looking for it is the loudest evidence that you don't have it. And remember, if you have not received it, you will not receive it. If you don't have it, you cannot have it. Because you can only have what you already have. You can only have what you already have. You can only have what you already have. You looking for it is a sign that you don't believe it's with you. So that means there is a gap between me and it. My job is to close the gap and make it part of me. It's already with me. If I close that gap, this gap is called importance. That's important, the level of importance. How do I close the gap? How do I close the gap? That's one of the things we'll be focusing on today. That I need to bring myself to that point that I internally shift to the level that I don't see this water as being something I should be looking for because I have it already. You can only have what you already have. He has given to you all that pertain to life and godliness. He has given you everything freely to enjoy. Everything. The real question and challenge for us is many people don't know how to receive. 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 They don't know how to receive because they don't know they already have it. Goodness and mercy which are the desired manifestation and meant to follow you all the days of your life. They are not to be pursued. But you know what? Majority of people in this world do not achieve their desired reality because they are wanting to manifest this reality. They want to manifest it. They want to manifest it. To manifest your reality, you need to enter the frequency that embodies the fact that the reality has happened. You need to enter the frequency that embodies the reality that the desired reality has happened. This can be done through thinking, acting, feeling that this reality has happened in your life. This will consequently lead to synchronization of all the three planes of existence: the physical, the spiritual, and the emotional plane. Look at this question. If you already have your desired reality, will you be wanting it? Can you see how silly how this sounds? This is exactly what you do when you are chasing your reality instead of just positioning yourself for it to come and meet you where you are. Instead of positioning yourself for it to come and meet you where you are. The real challenge is understanding the fact that I should be positioning myself for the reality I desire to come and meet me, because goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. All the days of my life. All the days of my life. The problem is that wanting something means that you don't have it. That's exactly the problem that hinders your manifestation. Time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. In fact, one of the biggest challenges for many is they put time on it. They put time on it. They don't know that in the realm outside this physical reality, there's no time. You are there, I'm here. The reason there is time is because there is space. So for me to walk from where I am now to where you are, it takes time. But if we are in a dimension where there is no space, there will be no time. Now, and I will digress a little and come back. This is the reason why we should understand as human beings that in the realm of spiritual, in the spiritual realm, there is no time. We are all together. We are all one. There's no separation. There is no separation. There is no separation. There is no separation. Separation is an illusion. Spiritually, we are all connected. We are all together. Anything I do to you, I do it to myself, and I do it to humanity. If I know that hurting you hurts me, am I going to hurt you? Am I going to hurt you? Hurting someone else is a sign that you don't know. By doing that, you're actually hurting yourself. Because if you have a deep understanding that you know by hurting others, you're hurting yourself, you won't hurt others. Why? Because we are all together. Now, but in the physical realm, there is separation. You are sitting there, you are sitting there, you are sitting there, you are sitting, I'm sitting here. So it appears like we are separate. Now, that separation is what creates time. And time is an illusion. It's only applicable here in the physical realm. Time is an illusion. And the nature is cyclical. This means that the true essence of time is now. So you should embody the frequency now. In order to go to places you have not been, you need to become the person you have not been. In order to become, you need to first be. So you need to be rich in your mind to become rich in reality. You need to be married in your mind to become married in reality. You need to be whatever it is you want in your mind to become in reality. Please enlighten me more on the reason there is time is because there is space. Okay? Wisdom, where are you right now? Which location are you right now?
I'm in Nigeria, sir.
Where?
Nigeria, sir.
No, I know you're in Nigeria. Where?
Lagos State, sir.
Where in Lagos?
Okay, I'm around Bagada.
Bagada. Now, if you're in Bagada, I am close to the land in Akoka. The reason for me to get to you, I will need to walk down or drive down or enter. I will need time to move from point A to point B. I will need time to move from point A to point B. God creates time and space. As long as there is a space and there is matter, there will be time. Someone said there is no such thing as where without when. There is no such thing as where without when. The reason there is when is because there is where. But in the spiritual realm, there is no where. So there is no when. There is no where. So there is no when. Meaning there is no time. There is no time. The reason there is time is because there is space to move from one point to the other. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying now. Wisdom.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
In order to become, you need to be. I'll take it again. Time is an illusion. The nature is cyclical. That means the true essence of time is now. Now. Time now. So you should embody the frequency in the now. If you believe God for something, become that thing now. Become that thing now. Become the person that have that thing now. In order to go places you have not been, you need to become the person you have not been. To become a doctor, I need to go to medical school and become who I have not been. That means there's a change in my knowledge that makes me to become a doctor. To go to places you have not been, you need to become who you have not been. Then you need to become someone that you have not been, you need to first be. You need to be rich to become rich. You need to be married to become married. You need to be what you want to be to become it. Does that make sense? You need to be. This is because of the law of balance that says that as above, so below, as within, so without. So for me to be rich on the outside, I need to be rich on the inside. For me to be a house owner on the outside, I need to be a house owner on the inside. For me to be married on the outside, I need to be married on the inside. What I need to become on the outside, I need to be on the inside now. I need to be on the inside now. Because of the law of balance, the law of correspondence. This is because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is it. That is why I said before that wanting to manifest your goal is exactly the reason why you will not be able to get it. Because to the God system on the earth, wanting something sent a frequency of desperation that repel what you want, so that externally it can balance what is inside. I'll take that again. Wanting something send a frequency of vibration, of desperation. Always remember, you are always at a frequency. You are always at a frequency. It can be low, it can be high. When you are excited, happy, full of joy, it's high. When you are down, sad, unhappy, it's low. The fact is that you are always at a frequency of vibration. You are always at a frequency of vibration. You are always at a frequency of vibration all the time. So meaning, I want you to, let me paint a picture because I will use this word a lot today. How many of you have ordered from Jumia before? Order stuff from Jumia, all of us. When you order from Jumia, what you order has a product code. That product code is sent to the warehouse. The warehouse, based on the product code, is able to identify what you order. They will send it to you. Am I making sense? That's exactly what frequency is. Your frequency is your product code you are always using to order what you desire in your life. Your frequency is your product code that you are always using to order what you desire in your life. If I'm always thinking negative, I'm operating at a vibration negativity. That product code will match with exactly what I want, and it will be delivered to me in my physical reality. It will be delivered to me in my physical reality. You need to have that understanding that frequency is a product code you use to order your desire from the God system on the earth. Frequency is a product code that you use to order what you desire from God's system or God Amazon or God Jumia on the earth. Remember, everything you want already exists. Always remember that. There's nothing you want in this life that's not already in existence. Please, don't go home and those online, don't leave this program without always reminding yourself. Everything you want already exists. Everything. Everything. Your frequency is what you are using to order every time. My question to you, what are you ordering? What are you ordering? Many of us are ordering what we don't want. Do you understand? Does that make sense to you? Do you know we are always ordering what? What we don't want. By the way we feel and how we think and our belief system. And our attention and focus. Our attention and focus. In fact, what actually determines the level of vibration of your frequency as a human being is what you focus your attention on. So do you focus your attention? What do you want? You want prosperity in the new year? You want to marry in the new year? You need your own apartment in the new year? What do you want? What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on not having it, or you are focusing on having it? Your focus, your attention, your concentration determine the rate of vibration, and that will determine the frequency. Whenever I mention frequency, always remember is the product code that determines what you order, and what you order is what you will get. Am I making sense? Yeah. What you order is exactly what you will get. So, in order to become, you need to first be. Okay, go ahead.
About you talked about that we desired a lot of things, right? And the fact that we are pursuing it is why it is not coming.
Yes, because you are sending a product code of desperation, and that means you don't have it, and you can only have what you already have. So you get it. You get it. You get it.
No, I get it, but I'm trying to put it into maybe a tangible perspective. However, like, okay, let's say
I want a job.
Okay,
I want a job.
Tech job.
If I say I want a job, wanting a job is a sign I don't have it. So if I go to pray about it and I believe I receive it, from that time on, I should be in the frequency that I've received it. That means in the way I think, I have the job. I might not see it physically, but I have it. Only that it has not manifested physically. It's like a woman that got pregnant. Until it begins to show, even he himself does not know she's pregnant. But she's pregnant. But it will be delivered in 9 months. That's exactly what happened. So, at the time I desire it and pray about it, I have received it. The real question is, when I pray about it, I didn't receive it. Whatsoever you desire when you pray, believe you have received and you shall have it. You see that part? Believe you have received. Many people don't believe they have received. Yes. Asking for the same thing. It's a sign you don't believe it. Because you think prayer is only when I say it again. By being in that attitude of gratitude that I've received it, that is prayer. He said, men ought always to pray and not to faint. When you go on the street, are you praying? Are you praying? You are praying. You don't know. You're praying. Your thoughts. You're asking for something already. Your depression, your sadness, you're asking for something already. Your excitement, your happiness, you're asking for something already. The question is, what are you asking for? So you pray, you keep praying, but you're not repeating that you want that thing again. You have received it. If you have received it, you have received it. Don't be asking for it because it's a sign you don't know you have it. That's why I asked. I want water. He gave me water. And I'm saying, God, give me water. God, I thought you had the water. Why are you asking for water again? You be thanking him, being happy. Every time you are thanking, you are happy, you have it. Let's use job. How do I know? As I'm worshiping, I'm imagining myself in the office, talking to my colleagues. I'm seeing myself in the office. I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm thanking God and worshiping. I have it already. And when I come out of that worship, consciously I have this. So I don't talk like someone that doesn't have a job. Even if I don't have a dime, I don't talk like someone that doesn't have a job. Even if I don't have a dime, because I have it already. Because the time now, when it will happen. So two things you must not, that question you must not ask whenever you are believing God for something. When and how? When and how? That's one of the biggest challenges of many people. When and how? When will they happen? How will they happen? When will they happen is a sign that you don't believe you have it. How will they happen is a sign that you are using your eyes to see how will this happen. You are trying to imagine it. Who told you? So, how will it happen? It's a sign that you want to be in control of how it will happen. Then you don't believe it's not. So it's no more God. I'm coming to you. It's no more God that will do it. It's you that want to do it. It's you that want to do it. If you are not the one doing it, you won't be asking how. Because how? Have you ever wondered why Jesus used different ways to heal in the Bible? It's deliberate. Sometimes he will speak. Sometimes he will touch. Sometimes he will use clay. Sometimes he will tell you to go and watch. Sometimes he will say go. Yeah. It's deliberate. So many ways. You cannot fathom the 1,001 way it can be done. So don't even think of it. Don't even think of it. By thinking of it, it's a sign you don't even believe because you are thinking, how will this even happen? How will I meet the person? How will I do your part? Do your part. Yes, go ahead.
But sir, according to the Bible,
It's opportunity when you have mental declaration. I'm not, you know, the challenge is not on that. Going back is an action in prayer. Don't look at the literal going back. Remember, Jesus was giving a parable. Don't look at the literal. Look at the continuous prayer. Am I making sense? Now, the continuous prayer now is not the saying, is the mental declaration. Am I making sense? So, what am I mentally declaring? Now, on things that is able to do exceeding and abundantly above all I ask or think. So, you are still asking, only that you are not asking physically. You are, sorry, I won't say ask. You are still praying. That is a better word, because asking is a sign you don't have it. Asking is a sign you don't have it. And you can only have what you already have. He said, whenever you pray, believe and you shall have it. Believe and you shall have it. Believe and you shall have it. The real issue, sincerely, is today, many people don't believe. In fact, let me tell you what I discovered. Many people believe the power of the devil and the power of God. When I tell people that when I sleep and I have bad dreams, and I don't, I can't remember the last time I have bad dreams. It's long now. But whenever I say I have bad dreams, when I wake up, I don't pray. And I tell people, the reason I don't pray is that by praying, I believe that thing will happen. Then I ask, if you were driving in the dream, and you're driving a car, and the car hits someone, and the person dies, when you wake up, does police come to arrest you? Answer now. Does police come to, why? Why? It's not real. So why are you now making the other one? What? Some people say, but God speak to you to prayer. Yes, He speaks to you to prayer. Yes, He speaks to you to prayer. But it's not prayer that will, He speaks to you to dream, but not dream that will make you afraid. How are you? It's not that will make you afraid. Anything that makes you afraid can never be from God. You know why? He has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, of sound mind. He has not. If you don't believe that, keep living in fear. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your fear. Enjoy your fear. Keep living in fear. But it's not given the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. The only challenge is that you don't believe. You don't believe. You don't believe that thing is not real. It's not real. Anything that creates fear in your life, always remember, it's always from the devil. And the devil is the father of liar. You know what I mean? You know what father of liar is? Devil does not have the capacity to tell the truth. He doesn't have the capacity. He's the father of liar. The nature is lying. Meaning, if that thing makes me afraid, it can never be from God. If not from God, from the devil, I can likewise ignore it. But if you believe it, be it unto you according to your faith. Remember, there is no truth and nothing true in your reality other than what your subconscious mind have accepted as true. Period. This is the reason why the juju that we used to kill ourselves did not kill Oyibo man when they colonized us with day gone. Have you ever wondered why the juju that we pride ourselves in will not stop the white from colonizing us? Because in the reality of the Oyibo man, what is he trying to do? So they enter a village and they're trying to take over. And the person is saying, no, what do you want to do? And they will go and call Balogun. Balogun will come and do all this incantation. The guy will ask the interpreter, what is he trying to do? He's preventing us. Boom! Balogun fell and died. Everybody surrendered. Because the guy does not believe. What's he doing? He doesn't believe. So in the reality, whatever you are doing, it cannot affect you. Why? There's nothing that is true in your reality other than what your subconscious mind has accepted as true. This is the reason, this is the power and the strength of juju. Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? What I just said to you now is the power and the strength of juju. That That's how you do work. You do work. Powerful work. But it works on some people, it doesn't work on some people. It works on some people, it doesn't work on some people. Why is it not working on some people? If the deal is so powerful, the TP in Nigeria today, didn't you kill the president? You should have used it to kill him now. You are happy with the way we are now. And you should have kill him and use it to bring in the right person. Use it now. Until there is attitudinal cooperation, it does not work. If you are not vibrating at a frequency that aligns with the juju, it will not work. Period. It will not work. The same thing for cause. The same thing for cause. That's why the Bible says, causeless shall not come. To subvert a man in his cause, the Lord allow not. The Lord allow not. If you don't cooperate with it, it will not happen. If you get this, you will live your life free of fear. Because many people live in fear. But if you get this and you get out of that fear, you now understand the kind of freedom you will enjoy in your life. There are some people, every evening is challenging because of nightmare. Because of nightmare. And because you're afraid of nightmare, the devil will come. The day you stop being afraid of it, and you have nightmare, you woke up, you go and win, and just continue your sleep. You'll be shocked. You'll be happy that you'll be happy again. The strength of that thing is the way you feel. Is the fear. Your fear is an energy that empowers the devil to do his work. Empowers the devil to do his work. So, to the God system, wanting something, send out a frequency of desperation that repels what you want, so that externally it can balance. It can balance what is on the inside. There is a way to make your desire to chase you. Because goodness and mercy shall follow you. Goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. It is interesting rather to know that some people have been using this their whole life without even knowing that they already use it. So the solution I would recommend for you, therefore, is for you to be deliberate about entering the frequency of not needing that desire. Entering the frequency, remember, whenever I say frequency, please always remember, it's a product code. Product code is the signal of what I'm asking for. Entering the frequency of not needing it. The frequency of not needing it is embodied by not caring too much, not being fixated on the outcome, not afraid about the attainment or non-attainment of the desire. It also involves not allowing your emotion to be swayed by not achieving the desired goal, and not denying yourself of the positive emotion till you attain it. I'll go over that again. There is a way to make your desired reality pursue you. Remember, goodness and mercy shall follow you. Goodness and mercy shall follow you. There's a way to make your desired reality pursue you in this life. And some people have been using it unknowingly. Now we want to make it deliberate. You must be deliberate about entering the frequency of not needing that desired reality. I need a job. Enter the frequency of not needing a job. I need a house. Enter the frequency of not needing a house. I need a spouse. Enter the frequency of not needing a spouse. Enter the frequency of not needing it. Of not needing it. What does that mean? That means you embody not caring too much about it. You have it? Fine. You don't have it? Fine. Not fixated. It must happen. Do or die. Not afraid. What if it does not happen? What if it does not happen? Not afraid of not getting it. It involves not allowing your emotion to be swayed. What if it does not happen? And you're not feeling bad. If it does not happen, this is what will happen. If it does not happen, you are not feeling bad. You're not feeling bad. Not be swayed by not achieving your desired goal. Not being swayed by not achieving your desired goal. Or not denying yourself of the positive emotion till you attain the goal. So that means I must have the positive emotion like I've attained it. I must have the positive emotion that I've attained it. So you need to ask yourself, this thing I have, I'm desiring, the people that have it, how do they behave? How do they behave? How do they think? How do they reason? What are the things they do? Where are the places they go? Yes. If what? You said, what should you? No. We are talking about that desired reality you want to achieve. Don't be desperate about it. You are working towards it every day. You already have a strategy on what you want to do. So let's say if it's a job, you are sending out your CV, you are writing tests, you are developing yourself, you are doing what you should do. So you went for the interview and they didn't take you. Don't feel bad. Don't even try it. Don't feel sad. Thank God they did not hire you. Be happy because you already have it, even though it has not manifested in reality. Always remember, this work together for my good. I have it already. Why should I be happy and they didn't hire me when I have a job? I have it already now. Why am I unhappy when they didn't hire me? I have a job. Internally, I have it. Even though externally, I might not see, but it doesn't change the state internally that I have it. Meaning, I will thank God for it. That's why the Bible says, in all things, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Just thank, give thanks for it. Because it's almost here. Always remember that you didn't sin. Does not mean it's not close by. Remember, your eyes deceive you. Always remember that everything you desire is created. And your eyes deceive you. So this one you see might look like it is not it. Does not mean it's not almost here. Because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. So don't worry yourself. Don't disturb yourself. Rather, ensure you are in that frequency. Rejoice always. In fact, look at the way Paul put it. He said, whatsoever things are true. Did I get the job? Yes. Whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are praiseworthy, whatsoever things are of good report, think on this thing. So, as we're thinking of the positive, I have it, I've received it, rather than I don't have it. You know why? Because if I create that internal state, the God system of the earth is going to balance it on the outside. Just a matter of time. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is it. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is it. Look, my desire, my prayer is that we will invite this. I want to hear a lot of feedback this new year. I'm hoping to hear a lot of, by January ending, February ending, you can say, oh, I started practicing this thing. And I noticed, because you should begin to see the result of this in months. 3 months max. If you do it, if you're in that state long enough, you should begin to see some changes. You should begin, if you are not seeing it, if things, and I'll talk about that later on, because when you begin to do something like this, And this is a test you must not fail. Don't fail this test. When you begin to do things, there's something you don't understand. Sometimes it look like things get worse. It's a test. Or nothing is changing. It's a test. If you don't know it's a test and you fall for it, you are going to go back to square one and start all over again. It's a test. It's a test to know, have you received it? The God system of the universe tests your evidence of receipt. So something will happen, like you didn't get the job, or what's it name? You lost some money. Something that will make you to be angry that why is it happening to me? You have already, and immediately you feel bad on the outside, you are going to maintain the outside. Immediately you feel bad on the inside, you are going to maintain the outside. Remember, the law of osmosis, diffusion, the law of equilibrium. Anytime you feel bad on the inside, there will be circumstances to balance it on the outside. So if I want to always have good news on the outside, then I must control how I feel on the inside. If I don't control how I feel on the inside, I will be hindering what I want on the outside. Those online, we have about 13 now, I mean about 12 rather. Drop your question, please. Drop your question, like some people here already asked questions. I don't want us to wait till the end. As question comes to your mind, drop it on the chat. Then I will be able to answer it as we go along. Now, so the solution I would recommend for you, therefore, is for you to be deliberate about entering the frequency of not needing it. It involves not allowing your emotions to be swayed. Have you noticed that in time past in your life, something you really are not concerned about or bother about just happened to you? How many of you have experienced it? Something you are not expecting. You are not bothered. You are not, it just happened. Something you are not, or the thing you are desperate they are desperate for. It will be like you are almost getting it. They will say it happened. Some people, some religious people say the spirit of almost there. They will say, it's a spirit, it's a demon of almost there. It's a lie. That's not demon of almost there. Not demon of almost there. You don't believe, you are desperate. And the Bible says, he that believeth will not make haste. Have you seen that in your Bible before? Have you seen that in your Bible before? You've not seen it. Oh yeah, I'll look for it for you. He that believeth will not make haste. You've not seen it before. Are you serious? Hold on. I'll get it for you. He that believeth will not make haste. You've not seen it before. I'm coming on. If you believe, Isaiah 28:16. Therefore, thus says the Lord, behold, I lay in foundation. I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tri-stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. 28:16. He that believeth shall not make haste. If you are desperate, you don't believe. And if you don't believe, you won't get it. Because you can only have what you already have. He that believeth will not make haste. Will not be desperate. If you are desperate, you don't believe. You don't believe. If you believe, you will not be desperate. Because you can only have what you already have. You can only have what you already have. Have you noticed that in time past, something you really are not concerned or bothered about just came to you? Whereas those you are concerned and worried about and expect it to happen never happened. The frequency of not needing it is extremely powerful and work for all aspects of your life. The frequency of not needing it. The frequency of not needing it. The frequency of not needing it is extremely powerful and it works for all aspects of your life. This does not seem to make sense, but that exactly is the issue. What makes sense only comes from what you see with your eyes, what you perceive. What makes sense? What makes sense? What makes sense only comes from what you can see, and that represents 0.0035% of reality, which is a small fraction of reality. So it's not supposed to make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. Because making sense means you want to be able to perceive it and feel it and see it. Have you noticed that the people that are worried the least about not having money have it the most? But those that are desperately looking for money have it the least. The people that don't worry about making money have it the most. Those that are desperately looking for it have it the least. This is to let you know that really needing something repels and not needing something attract them to you. Always remember this equation. Needing something repel them from you. Not needing something attract them to you. I'll take that again. Needing something repel them from you. And not needing something attract them to you.